Join me as I dive into the latest updates and challenge myself to make sense of the shifting tides in Ukraine and Russia's ongoing conflict. The situation on the ground in Ukraine is rapidly changing, with Ukrainian forces making some significant gains against Russian troops in recent weeks. This is a crucial development in a conflict that's been raging for months, and it's got huge implications for the future of the region. Russia is facing a perfect storm of challenges that are severely hampering its ability to wage an effective war. For one, its military strategy has been called into question, with many experts criticizing the decision to launch a full-scale invasion of Ukraine as poorly planned and badly executed. On top of that, the international community has imposed some crippling sanctions on Russia, which are really starting to bite. And then there's the issue of troop morale, which is reportedly at an all-time low. The Russian army has always prided itself on its superior numbers and firepower, but Ukrainian forces have proved to be a formidable foe. Despite being outgunned and outmanned, the Ukrainians have been able to hold their own, and in some cases, even push the Russians back. What's more, the Ukrainians have been getting some crucial support from their Western allies, which has helped to level the playing field. One of the main reasons Russia's military campaign is faltering is because of its inability to adapt to changing circumstances on the ground. The Ukrainians, on the other hand, have been able to think on their feet and implement some pretty creative tactics to outmaneuver the Russians. For example, they've been using drones to great effect, not just for reconnaissance, but also to attack Russian positions. The Ukrainians have also been making some significant gains in key regions, such as Kharkiv and Donetsk. These areas have been hotly contested for months, but Ukrainian forces have been able to push the Russians back and reclaim some vital territory. What's more, they've been able to do it with a level of precision and coordination that's been impressive to watch. One of the most significant developments in recent weeks has been the Ukrainian military's ability to target and destroy Russian supply lines. This has been a game-changer, as it's meant that Russian forces have been unable to resupply themselves, which has severely limited their ability to wage war. The Ukrainians have been using a combination of artillery, drones, and special forces to achieve this, and it's been incredibly effective. But the real pivot point in this conflict came when Ukrainian forces launched a surprise counterattack in the north of the country. This caught the Russians completely off guard, and they were unable to respond effectively. The Ukrainians were able to retake some vital territory, and more importantly, they were able to do it quickly and with minimal casualties. The significance of Ukraine's gains in this conflict cannot be overstated. For one, it shows that the Ukrainians are capable of taking on one of the world's most powerful militaries and winning. This is a huge morale boost for the Ukrainian people, and it's also sent a powerful message to the rest of the world. It's also meant that Russia's position in the region is looking increasingly precarious. So, what does the future hold for Ukraine and Russia? Well, one thing's for sure, the Ukrainians are in this for the long haul. They're not going to give up until they've achieved their goals. And right now, that means driving the Russians out of their country. As for Russia, it's got some serious soul-searching to do. The invasion of Ukraine was a costly mistake, and it's going to take a lot of effort to recover from this. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think is going to happen next in this conflict? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the situation in Ukraine, be sure to check out my previous videos, where I've been covering this story from the very beginning.